Hello everybody, welcome to another video. We start this one off with me slightly, and I do mean slightly, cutting the corner. Parked cars didn't help, but there was still plenty of room for this girl to get through. But did you see the real reason why I put this clip on? Have a look in her right hand. She's saying thank you, which is very nice, but look at that. Why do people do it? Just put the phone in the bag and forget about it. Or put it in a cradle. I mean, it's 6 points and probably a couple of £100 fine. It's just not worth the risk in finding out where Sharon got her leggings from. That can wait until later on. It's probably Primani anyway, so they got plenty of stock. So there's no urgency for a phone call to find out where Sharon got them from. But I'm really interested to find out where you got them from, Sharon. Let us know in the comments down below. So anyway, we're looking at this simpleton now. I don't know how you can walk across the road without looking at all. I don't know how you can do it. You going to look? No, not at all. Not once did this idiot look. Not once. How can you do that? You know, I don't care about rules, regulations and all the rest of it. I just don't know how you can put your life in someone else's hands that you haven't even met. You don't know them. They could be someone like that girl in the first clip on the phone to Sharon. And you're putting your life in their hands. Anyway, we're getting on to impatient drivers now. This van right behind me, as you can see, this speed camera there. He's just undertook that car there. And now he's going to overtake me. Which is the correct way of doing it, I guess. But there's no point. Well, I don't know. What is the point of doing this? How impatient have you got to be to go and undertake another car when you're coming off here with me? Would it have killed you just to wait a few seconds more? Impatience. It gets people killed. In this clip, we're looking at the Audi. I've missed you. Not the Audi in front of us. The Audi that's blocked up the whole road. Yeah, blocked up the whole roundabout and, well, because it's an Audi. The only thing it hasn't blocked up there is the cyclist, who we all know pay fuck all to be on the road. No, I'm not going to go down that road again. Anyway, don't think that you just because you've been waiting because of that Audi that I'm going to let you go, woman. Wait. That's how roundabouts work. Priority to the right. Now in this clip, I had to review this when I got home because I wasn't 100% sure that I saw it correctly. Surely I couldn't have seen this that badly. Surely not. But I did. Yeah, I mean, how blatant can you be? But when I got home, I did some maths. Yeah, I'm not very good at maths, so I had to get the calculator out and do a little bit of maths. So it's Mercedes add a phone equals, yep, knobhead. Now surely this geezer isn't looking to see where Sharon got her leggings from, is he? Surely he's got better things to do than that. But it was all over TikTok. Sharon, you've got to let us know where you got them leggings from. So now in this clip, you can see to my right hand side the road is chock-a-block. There is roadworks behind me which is making it the road completely blocked. But that doesn't stop a good old-fashioned Audi, does it? To do the unthinkable for normal people, but it's the norm for them. Always an Audi. That there is your Audi, your typical Audi. Always an Audi. But being an Audi driver, it got away with it. But what about this one over here? I reckon that one's gone for a red light. Just because everything's blocked up, you don't get priority to go for a red light. You don't get special treatment. You're not driving an Audi, you know. So in this clip, we are looking at the motorbike. Can someone please explain what the hell it's doing with its left arm?
The page is getting sun creamed.
It's obviously not turning left. Cramp? Saying a prayer? I don't know. What is that all about? And for those of you that don't know about bikes, that is his clutch hand. It's not nothing to do with his brakes. That will be using his clutch. So it's not as though he's got a brake or anything like that with that hand. So now in this clip we are in Reigate. I've got a toy car in front of me, not the red one. I've got a toy car in front of that. A trainee Audi driver in his little Fiat 500. He's starting well because there's a red light. Not for one of them though. Yeah, it's got all the potential to have them 4 rings on its car. Oh, it's not going to be that long before it gets it, I'm pretty sure. So in this clip we're coming towards the Mad Mile, but before I can get onto the Mad Mile we've got a yellow box junction. Now as you can see there's only one lane where I am, and I want the left hand lane. All the other lanes I could go across this yellow box junction, but because the left hand lane I can't clear the yellow box junction, I just have to wait it out. All the cars from the left hand side, they get a free pass here. They can all just drive out and everything. I've got cars behind me that want to use lanes 2, 3 and 4, but I can't go into this yellow box junction. There's no point. I'm not risking getting a fine in going in there. They will just have to wait. We will go to the rear camera after I show you that I can clear that. And we've got this one here behind us, Mr. Impatient, with the massive logo of a Mercedes, which means bigger knobhead. That's all it is. So he's getting a bit frustrated. I'm not sure if it's a he or she actually looking at this. But yeah, as soon as I do get out of his way, he, she, whatever, and we go to the front camera now, the lights change. Now look at that Audi in front of me. It's an amber now. The Audi can stop. Yeah, the Mercedes can't though. Big car, no brakes, no brains. Now in this clip I'm going to show you some common courtesy from a pedestrian. Yeah, from a pedestrian here. We're looking at this guy over here. He wants to use that zebra crossing in front of us. And as soon as he gets close to it, he has priority. I have to stop. I'm supposed to stop. But he holds back because he can see the speed I'm going and it would put me out. What a nice thing to do. Now, that is the way I cross the road, to be honest. Exactly like that. And you see this cyclist behind me. It does exactly the same for the cyclist. And obviously it would be worse for the cyclist because the cyclist would have to build up its speed again, stop and build up its speed. If the cyclist was a proper cyclist and stopped a zebra crossing and not do what they normally do and ride right through them. I'm joking, okay? I'm joking, cyclist. Now in this clip, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see any of it. The good stuff anyway. You might say, well, what's the point of putting it on? Well, this car here, I just need some clarification on it. The toy car that's just to my right hand side now, as I look in the window here, I can see that her phone is in a cradle, but it's on FaceTime. There is a face on the phone, and it's not her face. Legal or not? That is why I've put this clip on. I need to know. Obviously, it's in a cradle, so it's the phone can be used as a phone call with it being legal, if it's hands-free and everything. But what about FaceTime? Is that legal? Now in this clip I'm going in slow motion and we're looking at the cyclist up there, and before you cyclists get on my case, I'm actually defending cyclists in this one. This is part of my point that I was trying to make the other day about why are we building these cycle lanes when they don't use them. This one does, he uses them, but it's an awful cycle lane and it's quite new. Did you see him have to bump it up that little curb there? Why is that even there? Why have they got a lip there? In the rain, that is going to be as slippery as hell and a good chance of falling off here. Now, what's that triangle there for? For cyclists coming the other way, they've got to give way. Now, he's had to go across them. Coming off a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit road, this is. He's going to have to go across someone that's giving way there. This is a relatively new cycle lane. So why is it so shit? You got cyclists coming from that way that he has got to cross there. Now them cyclists, where are they going? Where are they going? There's no giveaway lines there. So the cyclists coming towards us on that cycle lane, they're not going to go across there because that is almost suicidal. There's nothing there. And there's nothing suggesting that there is a cycle lane behind us. I'm going to reverse it now. The cycle lane stops. Where that guy went onto the cycle lane, that's where it starts. So where does the cycle lane go? Where do the cyclists go that's coming towards us? Do they have to ride on the pavement that isn't a shared pathway? The only place they can cross the road is here. Otherwise, it's practically suicidal. And as you'll see over there, there's a gaggle of cyclists that are not using any cycle lanes. And who the hell can blame them if they're made like that? And that's part of the thing that I was trying to point out the other day. We're spending all this money on cycle lanes that they're not using. And for most part, they got a bloody good point of not using them because they're shit. Now, we're going to go forward again. Did anyone notice something a bit strange other than everything that I just pointed out to you there? We're coming up to it now. Let's see how good your observation was. Can you see it there? We're on a dual carriageway and yet we got traffic lights facing the wrong way. Any ideas? Crazy stuff. Good old British workforce strikes again. Now in this clip we are off to a film location, a bit like when I do my live drives, and I will try to give you a few clues on the way. We're in Hampton Court Bridge we're going over now, and Hampton Court Palace is over there to the right hand side through them trees, where Henry VIII spent quite a lot of his time in there doing his shenanigans. Anyway, as we turn left here, we'll have the River Thames to our left hand side, and I will talk to you about this film that was filmed just down here, just a little bit further down this road. It's a hugely famous film. If you, I am pretty damn sure that people watching this have either seen this film or heard about this film. You have to be living on a different planet to not know this film. The location that we're going to only had a very small part in it though. So because you guys are so bloody good at these, every time I do them you get them so quickly, I'm gonna make it a little bit harder. So if we continue down this road is actually called Hampton Court Road. And if we continue to go down this road, we come to Kempton Racecourse. Yeah, so all you guys that like the GGs, that's further down this road. But we don't go that far. So let me give you some clues about the film. It's a musical. And you can still go and see the musical in theatres in the UK. It's on tour now in the UK. Now, most of this film was filmed in Buckinghamshire and Oxfordshire. But this little bit was filmed here in Kempton Waterworks. This film came out in 1968. Yes, 1968. I was 1. The creator of this film was Ian Fleming, the same Ian Fleming that did James Bond. I'm going to throw a couple of actors that was in this film. Barbara Windsor and another one, Benny Hill. Remember Benny Hill? The opening scene of the film starts off with the British Grand Prix, 1907 British Grand Prix. So the film is about a car. Well, it's about a lot of other things, but initially it's about a car. Quite close to the opening scene, 2 little children run out in front of another car, which is how the 2 main characters actually met. The woman that was driving the car that almost hit the 2 children took the 2 children back to the father to have a go at him to say, teach your children how to cross a road. Why are you leaving your children unsupervised? Nowadays, you would probably get stabbed for saying that. So as we're getting closer to the destination now, the clues are going to get a little bit easier. The film is about a magical car. The main character was an inventor, and he stumbled across a sweet that played a tune when you blew through it? Any ideas yet? I'm going to show you a little clip from the film now that suits the channel. Yep, two kids running out into the road without looking. Even back then they didn't know how to cross the road. So I'm sure most of you have got the film from that clip and the silly little clues that I gave there. This building to the left hand side of us now was a factory in the film Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Yep, this was the scrumptious factory where they made the sweets, where Dick Van Dyke took his sweet that played a tune, and then all the dogs came from all around the area because it was like a dog whistle that came into the factory. This is the factory now. This is what it was in the film, and we've just driven past it today. It looks a bit different because it's 50 odd years ago. So yeah, that's where that was filmed. So here's another little clip from another angle, just so you can see what it looked like, what it looks like today, and what it looked like back then. So yep, another piece of useless information. We'll get back to the normal stuff now, shall we? Now, before we do get back to the normal stuff, please tell me there isn't anyone who's watching this that hasn't heard of that film. I will be so surprised if someone's watching this and they're saying, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, never heard of it. So speaking of magical cars, we are looking at this Kia behind us. Who thinks that the car behind it is just going to magically disappear as it's about to merge onto the A3 here? I don't even think it even looks. It just pulls straight out. That was such a crappy fucking merge. That was shit. Now let's not forget, if you are merging onto a motorway or an A road in this case, it's your responsibility to do it safely, not the car behind. Or I should say, the car that's already on the motorway or A road. That there just simply isn't good enough. So in this clip, you can see that we're in the inside lane when this slip road to our left hand side becomes another lane. So now we're in the middle lane. So all you got to do, if you're not overtaking anything, is move over to the left. This van in front of me hasn't got the memo. Now in the last 2 or 3 videos that I've done, I've had quite a few lane hoggers on, and what I've done is sent them a message basically by overtaking on the left, which I don't recommend doing at all. You're supposed to overtake on the right in this country, but it should send a message out nonetheless that they're in the wrong lane and they should be moving over to the left. Now I'm going to show you a different way of sending them a message by overtaking them the correct way on the right hand side and then going into the middle lane, into the inside lane right in front of them, not too close obviously, and just to show them a message and see if they actually get it. So here we go, off we go to the outside lane. Don't you move over, arsehole. Yep, and I'll say some words of wisdom there before moving over to the middle lane and then over to the inside lane. And he must be able to see me do that. He must be able to see me do that. But did it have any effect on him? Arsehole. Now I felt like singing Message in a Kia, a bit like the Police song Message in a Bottle, but I can't sing because in my head I sound like Luther Vandross, but in reality I sound more like Vivian out of the Young Ones. Anyway, as you can see, he hasn't got the message and everyone has overtaken him and gone in front of him. They've moved over to the middle lane to basically show him again another message, and he hasn't got any of it. I've obviously got to move out to the middle lane now myself because someone doesn't know how the slip road works. That blue van there showed no interest at all in slowing down or speeding up to fit in properly, so I had to take action and move out to make it easier for him and me. So now I'm stuck in the middle lane where I didn't really want to be, but I'm overtaking, so it doesn't really matter. But you can see all the way back there that van isn't overtaking anything and it's staying in that lane no matter what. So I'm going to speed this up now because it's odd that I have to do this, but my haters will be saying, well, you're in the middle lane yourself. Yeah, I'm overtaking things, and then as soon as I've finished overtaking, I will move over. But it's weird that I have to show that. Now in this clip, I will get another spanking from my haters because of misuse of the horn. And to be honest, I don't care because I think these guys are dangerous. This guy in front of me, there are 2 lanes that go off onto the M25 here. 2 lanes. So why are you in the one that's marked A3 when you want the M25? Oh yes, of course. It's the one that's moving the fastest. So you are nothing more than a queue jumper. But these people are bloody dangerous to do this. There isn't a problem here because we're going quite slow. But he still shouldn't be doing it. That there is bang out of order. Wanker. Yes, and I stick by that. And did you notice that we went past a policeman there? Did nothing, by the way. Did nothing. There's the copper over there. And there's the car here. I think if I was that copper, I would be out. I would definitely be out saying, what are you doing? But no, they don't do that sort of thing, do they? There is no deterrent even when there's a policeman on the road. So in this clip, we are obviously looking at the Burke in the Merc right in front of me. It's way too close to the bus. Why are you driving that close to the bus? If you wasn't that close to the bus, you might be able to see this red light up here that you're just about to go driving through. But then again, I think it would have probably just gone through it anyway. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.